Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show tonight. This is me doing a reaction, episode 2 to episode 2. For those that missed last week's stream, I did my first reaction to the Outstanding Artist Season 4, Episode 1. And in today's live stream, I will be doing my reaction to Season 4, Episode 2. Now, I'm very excited. This is very, very different than the other seasons that I've watched. Every other season, at least that I can remember, the first episode, somebody gets out at the end, whereas this new season, they're not doing that. It was about 39 minutes long, and it stopped before the end of the episode, in my opinion. Any competition show I've ever watched, that's always how it is. So, I was not very amused by that, and I've been thinking a lot about the past seasons, and so far, season 1 and season 2 are definitely my favorite. Season 3 was cool seeing them around Greece, but like I said, there was a little bit too much crying in that one for me, and, I can appreciate and empathize with feelings, but it got to a point where it was just I feel like I'm drowning in feelings and not as much, art, but I get it. Everyone has, things to say and wanna get the feelings out. But so, with that being said, I am going to be checking out like I said, season 4, episode 2. I have this pulled up here for those that aren't familiar. I explained it, last week, but I am happy to explain it again. So, this is a channel that I found a few years ago. I was trying to find audio for my Instagram reels because I was trying to be a good, Instagram person, and I found this woman talking about selling art and how the whole trope of the starving artist was just wrong, and I really liked it, so I hunted down the original video, and it was this woman named Ellie, and she is, the matriarch of the Milan Art Institute. It's a school that, she and her husband founded. They have 4 or 5 children. I'm not sure. No, they have 4 children. They have 3 daughters and 1 son, and they started this art college, and it's mixing realism with abstract, and it's very interesting, it's very popular, and so, I've been really enjoying their content for a few years now, and I really like this, show. So, this was, episode 4, or excuse me, not episode 4, season 4, episode 1 right here. We watched that last week. Now they have like an after the episode live stream where they talk about what happened in that episode. I watched that on my own. I could watch it here live as well, but that is kind of a longer, it's like over an hour stream, so I don't know if that would be something that you guys would be interested in. If it is, let me know in the comments. But hello, Darth Danger Zone. Hello, Stephen Brown. Hello, Rimru23. And are you going to cover what's going on in the world a little bit tomorrow? If you know, usually stay away from stuff. I have no idea what's going on in the world. I'm gonna listen. My husband went out of town this weekend, and I took that opportunity to paint my dining room purple. So, I was painting my walls and ceiling this whole weekend. I haven't been online. I got a DMCA strike, not on my YouTube channel, on my Twitter account. My Twitter got a DMCA strike. I had no email. I checked my spam. I checked everywhere, and I don't have an email for it. And then I remember I'm like, "Oh, well, the email address that my Twitter is currently connected to isn't the one I originally created it with. That's an email I don't use anymore because it's a Yahoo account that I created when I was, like, 13." So I had to go hunt down the info for that, and that's where they sent it to me, which is weird because every other notification I get sent to my regular email. And so I found out it was because I had shared an image of Kim Kardashian out with her daughter Northwest, and it was the images that were going super viral of North, who is 12, looking like in an adult woman that works at a woman of the night type of place. So I just commented that she was 12 years old, and that back from August 2025 got me a DMCA strike, and it broke my Twitter. So I could see and I could scroll, but I couldn't, search for things. I couldn't like things. I couldn't comment on things. I had like notifications that I was getting DMs, but I couldn't open my notifications. Today it seems like it's fixed, but I don't know. Twitter is just on another one. I don't know what's going on in the world. A long story short, I spent my weekend painting my dining room. So that's what's been going on. Also, what's up over on Twitch? Hello. Greetings, Kyle. Deranged Lunatic, what's up? And then what's up, Andrew? Hello. Nice to see everyone here in the chat. Now we are going to get in and watch this. Pause. I don't know why my pause button isn't working. Now, I did have some feedback that I need to mute this while I talk. I apologize that I wasn't doing that last time. So sometimes I just you're watching a show, you're commenting on stuff. So I will try to pause anytime I'm going to talk. But as you guys can see, my pause button isn't very well. Also, just to give a little bit backstory of myself, because I know every stream is somebody's very first stream. For those that don't know, I am a professional artist. I went to art school, got my fancy art degree, and I've been working ever since. I do a very different type of art than this. I'm not comfortable doing the stuff that they do, but I am trying to learn because I'm like, oh, that's actually very difficult. I think most people are intimidated by abstract. So I am very intrigued, which is why I think I'm like so fascinated by their process and content. And I genuinely like this entire family as human beings. If any family deserve a reality show, it's this one. And I'm glad that they are so professional in their filmography and they put it out there for the world to see. I'm invested. There's very few YouTube channels that I like. The second a video comes out, I stop what I'm doing so I can watch it. And this is one of them. I love watching their content. I'd highly recommend, if you guys aren't, go and subscribe. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this.
All 4 judges ranked this the highest.
Oh yeah, I'm going to turn up the speed. Oh, you guys also want to know what happened? Peaches, he went out of town, and the door or window must have been left open in here, and a swarm of bees came in, and I shut the door, and I was freaking the fuck out because I'm like, oh my God, I can't get any work done. There's so bees infested here. You couldn't even walk in here without being swarmed by bees. And I was like, oh my God, no. So I shut the door. I left a little crack open from the window to hopefully they would get out. And I went inside and I called Peaches. I'm like, oh my God, that studio's infested with bees. And he's just like, call a person. I don't want a stranger coming to my house when you're not here. What if they're like, oh, a woman that's afraid of bees and a baby? I don't know. I guess I've seen Home Alone too many times. But it turned out that their queen got stuck in a spider web, and the spider got their queen. So they were freaking the fuck out. But after an hour, they all got out of here. And I thought that I had hurt my back from painting my ceiling and my walls. Nope, I got stung by a bee. It wasn't as traumatic as it was when I was a child, but now I can say I've been stung by a bee or bees twice in my life. Rinch Camelot. Oh, what's up, Camelot? How are you? For those that don't know Camelot, I think it's his birthday either today or tomorrow. And I will be on his live stream tomorrow. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Camelot, go subscribe to him. There you go, Camelot. You are officially a mod. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this.
And that is...
I think the most difficult thing is finding a good source.
I'm just gonna
we just all came into it blind. None of us knew what to expect.
They were like, oh my gosh, she's covering it. And I might just go scrap it.
It's pretty flawless for the time constraint.
Some of the results were weird.
In about 12 hours, we're going to be back here and it starts all over.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Previously on The Outstanding Artist, the artists stepped into the competition with their first 2 challenges, returning to the fundamentals with a subtractive oil painting, then facing a surprise curveball with just 1 hour to capture an animal on canvas with acrylics.
I like that one.
As the pressure began to mount, doubts crept in. And for Len, the weight of the competition made her question whether she should continue at all. Now the artists take on a charcoal alligator. After, they'll have a round of freestyle time to refine their first 3 pieces. Then, the judges will deliver this season's first scores. Stay tuned to find out who's ahead
I'm
and
ready.
who's already falling behind on this episode.
Also, this is what I eat. I love, love, love raisins, and I love raisin bread. So this is my popcorn for tonight. Okay. Camilla, do you want to come on and hang out with me while I react to this art competition show? If you want to, I'll send you the link. Just know that this channel, it's a more proper. We're not going to be insulting anyone, and we're going to be nice about things. And just so you know, this is different than my regular channel where we can be balls to the wall. Why are you not popping up on Twitter? I'm just going to send you a link anyway. You don't have to join. There we go.
Episode of The Outstanding Artist.
Charcoal.
Now it's time for challenge 3, a
Don't
charcoal
worry about
alligator.
it then.
With only 2 hours on the clock and limited freestyle time to follow, choosing the right source is critical. Get it wrong, and you could be behind before the first line is even drawn. And your challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
You know what's fun? Drawing alligators and crocodiles is exactly like
With
drawing a
charcoal,
dog.
you achieve realism through value. Start with gestures first, block in the big shapes, then work on your edges. Keep your darks precise, or it will get messy.
Oh my God.
Personally, with charcoal, I struggled with it in the mastery program in that section, and it was something that I really
Okay. What they're doing right now, that technique that they did in episode 1, is what they should be doing. Black out the entire, just get the biggest charcoal. Erica, it's called willow charcoal. I literally just use it to draw my pad. Okay. So there's different types of charcoal. Now, when I went to college, you have to go to this like presidential meeting, and they have people that graduated from this college and now are working professionally come and like talk to you. And this one guy came out and he's like, oh yeah, I do all these things now. And it's like, oh yeah, great. And he's like, I thought my shit didn't stink. And then I took this class, and he's like, and I failed it. Every single person that takes this class fails it. And it's called analysis of form. And I'm like, I bookmarked that in my brain. I'm like, I'm going to pass it. If everyone fails this class, I'm going to pass it. And not only am I going to pass it, I'm going to get a fucking A in that class. And all it is literally analysis of form. And it teaches you the trick behind art. There's a mosquito eater flying around me. The trick about all art is it's the understanding of light, and it's the study of light and how light reacts to the world around you. So like I said last week when I was talking about high contrast, like right now I have no shadows on my face because I have studio lights. Now, if I had a light like this the whole entire time, there's very harsh shadows, right? Like, and all of the highlights are lower here. So like it's highlighting underneath my nose, my chin, my like lower lip. And so that's what happens when the light source is coming from below you. And when the light source is right on top of you, what's the most highlighted thing? Oh, the top of my nose from the side. You see? And it's all about understanding how light reacts to the world around it. And so when you're working with charcoal, which, oh, spoiler alert, I did get the A. I did pass the class. I achieved everything that I wanted to, and I was completely burned out. But so what they are doing, you want to take, this is my little charcoal thing. It's filthy. You have to get used to that when it's charcoal. This is willow charcoal. You see how big this is? And you literally just, it's a stick. Do you guys see that? So you take this and black out the whole paper with it. And then I don't have one with me, but you take a kneaded eraser. It's an eraser that you can get and you can pull it apart and that cleans it. And you take that and that's where you outline. Do I really have to save you again, mosquito eater? It keeps getting stuck in this spider web. There you go. Saved you, bro. You're welcome. That's the second time. And so what they did in the first episode with the first challenge is what they should be doing now. You cannot just go in and unless they're doing that for the camera, then like, oh, we need to get like just a shot of you like drawing. So then on top of having willow charcoal, you have the big one, you have the small ones, and then you have like compressed charcoal, which will usually come in like the pencils. Oh, my pencil's broken. You have some ones that are like this. Again, very messy. Essentials, I will say, Q-tips. Q-tips, paper towels, and yeah, you can get paint brushes. Makeup brushes would work better, like old makeup brushes. Okay, but so if they're doing a charcoal thing, this is going to drive me crazy.
He felt was so fickle and messy, and then
There you go,
I
that's
actually
a music
really
eraser.
began to love it. I think it's something really important to learn because you are forced to create your whole image using value. It's important because it can really elevate your skills in other mediums.
I think charcoal is awesome because it's such an expressive material. You can create an atmosphere really quickly. You can subtract from it and add to it to get your range of values really quickly. But it
Don't
is
go
a
to the
really
pencil. What are you
messy
doing?
material. So I could see it getting out of control in a timed challenge.
I was so surprised about using the charcoals because I do work with charcoals. And then, I don't know, I felt so unfamiliar with the different types of charcoal. I didn't know how to use them. So I got really caught up in that struggle and I made the mistake to look around.
Okay, so she's doing it completely wrong. I mean, there is no real wrong way to do art, but she is making it completely difficult for herself. But I will say she's getting the proportions nicely done. Now, if you do not know how to use this material or these not material, if you don't know how to use these tools, what you do is usually you'll have like, is that a little piece of paper right there? Get a little shitty sketch pad and just drawn. It's like, when you guys go to the store and you see all the pens there, don't you like take the pen and like write on something to see what type of pen it is first? And then you're like, oh, it's the one that's like really smooth, or it's a ballpoint pen, or it's like the erasable ink kind of pen. So it's different, right? So you test it out first. You're like, oh, this is what this tool does. Okay, then I can bookmark that. So that way when I'm doing the process, I know what order to use them in or how I can use them. I get it. They're trying to make content for this, but
Around me and I saw so many amazing alligators appearing. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this?
Being around so many amazing artists, you see everyone else's work, you tend to like compare, which is not a good thing to do at all. So I've been trying to kind of tell myself to just focus on my own stuff. So I definitely feel like I'm not as confident as I thought I would be.
It's easy to look around and measure your progress against everyone else's, but the only artist worth comparing yourself against is you. When creating art, everyone's process is different. So the key is to stay focused on making the best version of your own work.
this hurts my soul to watch. There you go. That was better.
I think the most difficult thing about the alligator challenge is finding a good source. If you can find a good source, then you got it made. It's going to be really fun to get all those values because there's a lot of contrast. There's a lot of form with an alligator.
Why wouldn't you just do it where, where it's like the water and it's just its eyes popping out? Like, that's what I would do. Is it like a requirement that you have to have the whole head? You can't just draw like a line with two eyes popping out of the water. It's like, there it is. I would also find some way to incorporate a clock into this. Anna, you look so pissed off right now. It's because they're doing it wrong. I know that there's no wrong way to do it. It's just some of these lovely women are doing it the exact opposite of the way I was trained.
you kind of want to create a source based on the time that you have and really consider that, because that's going to be a big factor. Like, better to choose something simple and add to it later than go for like something really complicated, because they have really not much time.
For drawing out the portrait, I was really sorry that I hadn't picked just a head, because it was just
That's
too
an
much.
AI image
And
of
then
an
in
alligator.
hindsight, I'm like, what were you thinking?
Just
It's
make it
way
disappear
too
into the water.
ambitious. So that's definitely something I will
At night
bring with
time.
me in the next challenges.
I take notes how others like pick their sources, why it worked, and it's very interesting to see how they pick those sources. So I kind of like adjust myself also comparing to that. I think the strategy into choosing the right source is so important.
I need to step up my game with my sources. I mean, I spend a ton of time on sources at home, but I think we just all
AI too.
came into it blind.
You
None
need
of
a
us
real-
knew what to expect. So I have a much better idea of what my sources should be. Hopefully I'm right.
So what is a good source? What is a bad source? Well, I'll tell you what a bad source is. A bad source is when you steal the photographer's voice. So if you're using a photograph and there's a very clear mood or expression that's in the photograph and you literally just copy it and your painting is no different, I would say that is a bad source. I would look for a source that is kind of indifferent, or you can easily interpret it. You can easily change it and make it your own. And all you're looking for is the form. Usually that comes from a strong light source, really good and clear highlights, really good and clear shadows. It's not pixelated, and there's nothing funky lining up in the source like tangent edges or weird cropping. And you've got a nice solid photograph that really describes the form. Another bad source would just be if the values aren't there. If the value scale is too dark, too light, or it's all in midtone and there really isn't that contrast, that would be a bad source.
Looking good. You chose a source with a lot of detail.
Yeah. I don't want to touch my source. I don't want to like give myself other options. I want to stick with what I thought in the first place and go for it. I'm trying my best to keep this super loose and free. That's why I'm using this. And then once I get to the face, I'll set this down and give it a little more attention to detail. I'll call it good.
What advice do you have for people wanting to draw with charcoal?
I look at it, the plane shifts are really important. So following the plane shifts you see in the animal, and I use this like a square brush to block those plane shifts in. So I'll stay super loose and bold and sharp. My name is Brazierman Felix, and I've been an artist for as long as I can remember. When I was younger, I would go do art therapy at lunches with the school counselor, and she kind of taught me how to paint my emotions on the canvas, and I would write letters back and forth with my dad, and painting always reminded me of him, and that's why I wanted to pursue it when I got older. I went to the Art Institute of North Hollywood. The campus had shut down on me, and during that time, I was actually homeless and slept out of my car.
That sucks.
During that time, you kind of feel like you're nothing, really. And so there was a lot of me having to overcome that mentally and prove to myself really that, no, this is not who I am. It's not what I am. I am so much more than that. That's pretty much the worst thing I feel like that could have happened to me. And I made it through that. So why can't I make it through a 1 hour challenge or something? Right after all of that and me getting back up on my feet was when the Milan Art Institute decided to turn on to online instead of just in person. So it felt like perfect timing, and I took everything I had and went for it, and it all worked out in the end.
Good for her.
How's it going, Stephanie?
Didn't fight. My strategy was to get the face in the first half and then the body, because they're about the same size, the body in the second half. I want to get it done to the point where tomorrow, if I can not have to work on this, that would be fabulous.
How much is your process in this competition so far about like strategizing exactly how you're going to create?
I mean, once I sort of see the lay of the land, then I know how much time it took me, and I can figure out where I need to use my time wisely. And my process is like planned out. My colors are planned out. Doesn't always go according to plan, but I have a process. So My name is Stephanie Linden. I have been an artist for pretty much my whole life. I have quite the opposite career. I am a family practice physician. I did my medical school in Indiana and then residency in San Francisco. And then I had the same practice for 25 years in Michigan. We started doing remote visits with patients. And so I went part-time after I finished the course, but also I was able to see my patients in Michigan remotely from here. I quit completely in October of 23 and I haven't looked back since. Throughout my practice, I always painted, but for the most part, I never considered doing it as a career. It's been so fulfilling. I'm so happy. I'm really glad that I did it. It was a little scary, but yeah, it's been amazing.
He's really good.
Jody.
Hey.
How are you doing, Jody?
I am doing okay.
Just okay?
It was interesting trying to get used to like that. Like it just wipes right off. So it's interesting to get used to how the paper is not the kind of paper that I've used before.
Do you use like a
tooth paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More tooth. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's ironic. This paper doesn't have any
teeth. What's teeth?
They're making them draw charcoal on smooth
Yeah, that's
paper.
true.
Oh,
Yours is
no.
toothless right now.
You need textured
It's so
paper
funny
for
how
charcoal.
disarming an
Unless you're
alligator
doing it on,
without
like,
teeth is.
Which
Yeah,
they're not
he
using.
looks friendly. I'm Jody Miller, and I started painting in 2021, and I'm from Boise, Idaho. I have always been creative my whole life. I thought for sure I was going to be a fashion designer, but took a lot of sewing classes and couldn't sew. I did go to school in textile design, and I worked in the fashion industry for 15 years and worked as a graphic artist. And then I started having dreams that I was painting in my sleep. So I wanted to pursue what that would look like.
It is very
My story is a lot of going from being fearful to fearless. The whole reason that I do art is finding your true identity in the midst of uncertainty. So it just made sense.
Is it okay if I keep working?
Yeah, that's fine. How confident are you feeling with this one compared to previous challenges?
This one's the worst. But I actually feel like everyone's going to be really good because like with 4 hours tomorrow, you guys are like, look how little time, but I feel like we've had a lot.
Yeah, I know.
So-
You guys totally don't need this much time.
No, that's not what I said. You're going to make everyone hate
Guys, Alexis wants less time.
Stop it. They're going to murder me tonight and I won't be here tomorrow. I'm Alexis Malolo, and I have been painting for about 1.5 years, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I worked in animation and film, so I worked on movies for over a decade. I loved that job, but I got married. You have to move a lot when you're an animator, so I needed something to fill the creativity. I switched over to painting, but through animation, I was constantly studying like what's aesthetically pleasing and how does composition work. It really lended itself into painting. It's just a different medium. Working on movies for a long time, it's nice to kind of do my own thing now.
How much of the challenge is like more interesting because you guys are living together?
You know, I don't think it matters. Like we're actually just like hanging out at night and like encouraging each other.
No, yeah, you guys are super supportive.
I actually don't feel like there's any like, well, screw her, you know, like
not yet. No, it feels like
after the comments I made, I guess. I've actually been really impressed by like the level of work that's here. It's like, oh crap, you gotta bring my A game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but as you can tell, we probably have like 5 minutes and I probably did 2 minutes of work in the time we talked to.
I'll leave you. All right, Ellis, how are you doing?
Okay. Yeah, feeling pretty okay with it. There's just way too much detail. I think they're very ugly animals. Sorry.
How much of it like is more difficult because it's not a subject that you would want to?
I think I just have more fun if I like the subject. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it. I'm Alice Hollering. I'm from the Netherlands. I've been an artist for the last 3 years. I was creative my whole life. From the day I can remember, my mom was doing all kind of creative stuff with me. And then during my puberty, I stopped, but I was still creative at my business job because I was a graphic designer for 15 years. The thing I really missed was creating something you could touch because it was all digital. Now with creating art, it's way more interesting. You really create something from a blank canvas to something really amazing, which I think is the most exciting feeling you can ever have. A lot of people are like, are you really sure you can make a living out of creating art? I'm like, yeah, I think I can. I will prove that.
Knowing how it's judged, are you thinking like, okay, it just has to be not in the bottom 6?
Well, knowing how it's just, I think I just picked the one for me that is the weakest. I will leave that till the end to finish tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll probably do the oil one and make sure that's perfect how I want it. And then the mixed media and then this one.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm confused. It's like they have the amount of time initially to
Scary.
work on pieces, then they're going to have an
Me
extra
personally,
challenge.
How are you feeling?
I love how kind of spooky charcoal looks.
That's a
Yeah.
crocodile, not an alligator.
But I do get kind of bored with it eventually.
How do you push past the boredom?
You just have to. I usually get to a stage where I'm like, ooh, I would love to fix it of that and then put some color on it. That's just an attention span, personality, boredom thing that's like, I would love to make it into something else with the charcoal in the background, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to behave. But yeah, it's scary looking. I don't like them. We don't have these back in Scotland, these stupid animals.
Crocodile. So an alligator, it's got like a round snout. Crocodiles have a pointed, and crocodiles you can see the top and bottom tooth. Alligators you can only see the top going down.
Okay, artists, you have 10 seconds remaining in this part of the drawing challenge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tools down. You guys love alligators more or less?
They suck.
I don't know. Not good, Jake. Not good.
Not good?
Mm-mm. Mine had like a surgery that had like a Botox or something. All the like wrinkles got out of her face.
Rita isn't the only one feeling the pressure of this
I
challenge.
think any of these
An
people
alligator's
like
bumpy, rough skin is full of subtle value
that one
shifts
is
and tiny
my
details.
favorite, I think.
Capturing all of that under a tight time limit is no small task. Rita didn't do herself any favors by choosing a full body source, leaving even less time to resolve each section of the drawing. Bree made that same call, and while her piece is developing well, the values are still a bit flat. If she can get the contrast right, that'll bring the form to life. If not, her piece might be in trouble. Lisa, on the other hand, focused on just the head, using deep shadows to carve out the folds of the skin and make the bright teeth pop
that's a
right
Nile
down to the reflection in the
crocodile,
water.
Or one of
Choosing
the
a
few
source that
animals.
gives you time to focus on details like
Okay, yeah. Oh, her eyes are wrong. And see, this is the alligator. Well, this is a crocodile. This is a crocodile's ear right here. And crocodiles have extremely good hearing, which you wouldn't expect for a, primarily a water animal. But this is a Nile crocodile. And Nile crocodiles are one of the few animals on planet Earth that hunt humans. It's like Nile crocodiles, polar bears. I think that there's like 4 actual animals that hunt humans. And I know Nile crocodiles and polar bears are the top ones, I believe.
this is exactly the kind of decision that can give you an edge in the competition.
Well, tomorrow you guys will have 4 hours to spend however you want. Get home, get some rest, stress hardcore. I'm just kidding.
Glass of wine. Glass of wine.
Yeah, have a glass of
Yeah.
wine. Enjoy your night. Bring your A game tomorrow, and I will see you guys in the morning.
How are you feeling?
I remember when you tried to teach Maxla and you gave her art supplies and then she did the total opposite of what she told her to. I remember her and Lila were painting and I was screaming and I'm like, stop! You're doing everything wrong. Oh, it hurt. It hurt my soul. But yeah, no, I did. I sent her all the art supplies that she would need to start painting. And I don't know if she keeps up with it or not, but it hurt.
Ladies,
Let's go.
We have 12 artists in 12 completely different scenarios. Each one of them has their own strategy going into this last day, and now they have 4 hours to spend working on whichever piece of art they want. All right, artists, you ready?
Yes.
Your final challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. A lot can change in 4 hours. You could have been at the absolute bottom, and in 4 hours from now, claw your way up to second to last.
This is it. One final chance to make these paintings count. Freestyle time is built in to give the artist ample opportunity to add finishing touches. In a traditional setting, pieces like these might take weeks to finish. But here, the pressure is condensed into days. This is their last chance to adjust, refine, and bring these pieces to completion before facing the judges.
For the charcoal one, I want to know if they're allowed to use white charcoal, because I think that would make a huge difference.
Game plan today is to finish up that alligator as quickly as I can. And then in the acrylic site, I'm going to take Ellie's advice and make that frog bigger.
My only gripe, and I don't know that it can be changed, so I hesitate to even say it, I wish the front frog was bigger. It's almost the same size as the back frog, and that is flattening it and not giving it enough depth.
I know she said that she didn't think that it could be pushed, but I want to show myself that I can, and then give myself the rest of the time to really refine that oil painting.
And right now we have Bopa completely covering her acrylic painting with white, starting over.
Everyone else was kind of panicking for me. They were like, oh my gosh, she's covering it. And I might just go like, scrap it. So I'm happy we've got time today. I think I might do 4 hours just for that one. Often once you've got like a bad feeling on a painting, you're kind of fighting it the whole time. So I might just go, let's start again.
These challenges are designed to expose weaknesses. If you overwork your piece, learn when to stop. If you don't have enough contrast, your work won't stand out. You need to nail the fundamentals like proportions, value, and composition. Otherwise, you'll be eliminated.
The acrylic animal challenge surprised me a little bit. A lot of those animals were a bit disappointing because I know these artists and I know what they're capable of. I think they're learning, though, how to manage their time.
The strategy is, I think I'll really focus on the acrylic painting because we did it in 1 hour. So I did it as fast as I could. But after critique, they're like, well, this doesn't look very finished. So yeah, no, proportions are off, and actually all 3 of them. So I'm going to fix them today.
Oh, so satisfying.
Yesterday made a whole schedule of things I wanted to do from each painting. I'm setting timers. I think 4 hours is enough to finish them all till 95-100% like I would want to.
I just feel like I have like a ticker down at the bottom of the screen that just says like tick, 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 tick.
My birds, I feel like are in really good shape, but they definitely need refinement. Highlights, darks, background, 2 hours. And then the rest of the time on the acrylic. It's not going to be my best painting I've ever done, but I can make it look okay.
Oh my God, I'd be losing my mind.
Fortunately, was not good. And Ellie's comment about poopy sauce. It's like, yeah, it's not great. So I went back and I worked on my sauce. It's just not the best work. And I feel like maybe it was just I'm just nervous. I need to like get in a roll.
I don't even know if I'm going to get to the acrylic, but I'm going to put an attempt in and at least get rid of the birthday. Give me some eyes, but it literally looks like a 4-year-old painted it. And I don't know where that came from. I've never painted like that in my life, ever.
It's interesting to see what happens to artists in different circumstances, whether you limit them in the supplies they can use, you give them a time constraint, you add pressure, it gets in their head and it rattles them. And then of course the critiques, and we're saying things like, get rid of that kitten's birthday hat. And, you know, they feel wounded for a minute.
Our goal is not to break somebody or like just say things that would hurt them. But at the same time, we're in a competition. So you kind of have to expect that, like some harsh critique or like comments that you're like, oh, I've received some during season 3. And I think you have to deal with it.
Oh, my neck is killing me.
We knew all these artists have a pretty high level of skill coming in, but that changes when pressure is added. You know, the more seasoned they are, the more their mind is able to withstand all that pressure, then you're going to see those skills really show.
I am so excited for each of the artists because I know personally that they're going to have such a skyrocket in their skills and their confidence once they get through. Even if they don't make it into the next round, they're still going to have such a bonding experience with each other. They're going to realize that they can perform under pressure. And honestly, everyone in this season had a lot of skill.
We're all talking about how surprised we are that we're like, okay. And I know some people have had some moments, but then they come right back around because everyone's so lovely. Like we're doing fine because we have a support system here.
We're so good as a group. We have so much fun and we're super supportive of each other. I know maybe we shouldn't because we are competitors, but it just doesn't feel that way. We really love each other.
You said there'd be no filming.
Oh, did I? As time winds down, a few of our artists have decided to stop now rather than risk overworking their paintings. While everyone else is racing against the clock, Lisa and Rita are hanging out in the next room, hoping what they've done is enough for the judges.
How do you feel?
They're done early.
I've hit a brick wall by this point, I think. I don't want to overwork it. And I could feel myself starting to do like stupid things, put a brush stroke down. I was like, no, why did I do that? Just piece it.
A painting is finished just before it's overworked. There's kind of a checklist that an artist should go through. And when all the boxes are checked, that means it's finished.
You know, it's
First
funny.
of all, the composition has to be sound. Usually,
Ellie and I have like the same headbands. I actually have a video I'm working on now because I took one of their classes. It was like $25 for like their abstract, like something. I think it's like floral painting. And she was wearing the same headband that I wear all the time. I just think it's so funny.
that is a mistake made early on in the painting, and sometimes at the end, it can't be fixed. Next, you want to make sure your painting is resolved so that the subject is integrated with the background. Everything is done. It looks like it has the same level of completion all over. And the final two things that seems to come up again and again are highlights and edges. Basically, the best way to get crisp, clean highlights is to wipe off the area that needs that crisp, clean highlight, and then reapply the paint that's light enough, bright enough, and showing enough contrast. Edges are finished when your close edges, or what is closest to us, are crisp and sharp, and the far edges are blurry and soft. So finishing a painting is not really that difficult. It's basically everything works, there's nothing weird going on, and you have enough highlights, your edges have been dealt with, and that's it. It's done. Don't overwork it.
Let's go check on the rest of the artists. Only 15 minutes left. Good job fixing it.
It looks so cute.
No, seriously. Yeah. Is it whimsical enough? Yeah, it feels more like intentionally stylized.
It's so cute.
How are you doing, Bianca?
Hi, Cake.
Cake?
Okay. I'm taking every second here.
Okay, all right. I won't take any more of your seconds.
Same over here.
Don't talk to me.
I can take a hint.
When are we getting our iBooks soon? I got the
Oh,
sample in today. I
nice.
was so
You can
excited.
see that.
Here, from this side, I think I can better.
I have these that are iridescent oil paints that reflect blue and green.
Very
So I'm going to hurry and throw some in, with the 5 minutes we have left.
Time is indeed almost up. With less than 5 minutes on the clock, what finishing touches will these artists apply before their pieces are judged?
I'm so excited to see all the final results.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. All right, you guys all deserve a round of applause. After this, the judges are gonna judge your work, and then we'll find out the results soon to follow.
Woo!
With the first 3 challenges done, it's time to rank them. The judging is kept anonymous. Each painting has been assigned a random letter for the panel to refer to them by. That way, the judges can ignore any personal connections they have.
Hold on. Okay, let's okay. A is my favorite. I think I like L, but I need to see it up close. B is obviously beautiful. It's not like my particular style. I would have made the roses behind it like darker so that way the peacock stands out. Because right now, if you're looking at them from far away, I wouldn't be able to tell what this is because there's no high contrast, so it all kind of blends in. This is like beautiful. I just love it. This probably has the best where you can see like it's a bird sitting in a tree. You can be across a block and see that. The owl portrait is really good. Okay. My top 4 is A, L, G, B. I want to say I like D, but I feel like it's not at the same level. I feel like if she would have done it a little bit more finished like the other ladies, I would like it more. But I'm kind of biased because it's like it makes me think of David Bowie and Labyrinth. But those are my favorites. I have to pick G. What do you guys like? I like H. H, okay. G is good. I like G. So far, everyone's liking G the most. J has some great negative space. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I like that one particularly. D's background is a little off. Yeah. But I gave you my top 4.
With the contestants, keeping this all about the art. For each challenge, the judges rank every art.
That's without seeing them up close or detailed. Maybe if I saw some of the details in them, I would like certain ones better.
Work individually, based on the core elements of art. Those rankings translate directly into points. The higher your piece ranks, the more points you earn. Points accumulate across challenges. After the 9th challenge, the 6 artists with the lowest total scores are eliminated from the competition.
Wow.
That's why every challenge matters. You don't need to win every round, but if you're not consistently landing in the top 6, you won't survive. Let's kick things off with challenge 1, the subtractive oil painting of a bird. The artist had to combine 4 hours plus freestyle time to complete this challenge. In the mastery program, one of the first things we teach artists is how to see form through values. The subtractive oil painting exercise is exactly where that lesson begins. By wiping away paint instead of adding more, artists learn that painting isn't just about what you put on. It's also about what you choose to take away. It trains the eye to see value, not just color, and the hand to carve light out of shadow with precision. This challenge forces artists to slow down and think in reverse. It's a study in patience, restraint, and true seeing. In the mastery program, that ability becomes the foundation for every layer that follows. I like that better, from underpainting to glazing to adding opaques. That's why we began the Outstanding Artist with this challenge, because mastery starts not with addition, but with awareness.
I don't think it's clear who's going to win at all. The judges are going to have a hard time.
I've been all over the place, like with ups and downs, and of course, nervousness as well.
I think it's really hard to think what the judges are going to do with their points, because what I think is maybe good doesn't mean they think that's good.
Which one did you guys pick as the best?
B.
Yeah, I picked B.
I picked H. I did originally put that first, and then I was going back and forth and thought there's so much more involved in
There's so much details.
And the perspective, the depth, the edges, it's pretty flawless for the time constraint. I think H is amazing. I probably would rather own H, but The background is pretty
simple.
I'm drawn to it also because of that detail, but it feels more effortless. Although B has so much excellence, I feel it's overdone.
Okay, what about the worst?
I put L.
I really like that one.
It's just the colors. And I would have loved to see like more maybe highlights, some of the feathers.
I think there's lots of variation in it, and that background is so cool. It looks like a mixed media background to me. Like there's spray paint in there, and so somehow they accomplished that. And it almost feels cool, like a limited palette. That was my second, actually.
Really?
Yeah. That's a big difference.
I put K. I still just think it's so much better than it was initially, but there's virtually no compliments. The leaves are nice. I think it's a bad source.
I would have loved to see more like contrast on the, like in the foreground for the owl.
I think the way the light is on the mountains is good. I like A pretty good. I love the background.
Yeah, I think it's really expressive. I love how all of that brushwork in the background.
Yeah. I like this owl here.
The brush strokes are just so gorgeous.
The pink parrot was one of the worst ones on the first time we came in, and I feel like she pulled it around. It's a lot better.
But I just really wish there were like some palm leaves or something in the background.
Elements. I love the mix of the pink and the green background. It works really well.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like it's not a horizontal. I keep wanting to do this. Like that just bothers me.
It is kind of quirky. I really enjoy the background. The part, you know, in the feather, like colorful feather, really worked well.
What about I and J here?
I love the texture in the background, but I don't like the creamy color. I feel like it needs to be a little more subtle.
Yeah, it kind of got plopped all over.
Also, the bubbles are kind of strange to me.
Yeah, they're all the same size. They could have been like more like bokeh and like other part of the background as well, I think.
And then it feels like an AI source.
The proportions are very strange.
Yeah. I just feel like it's also really dark in volume, maybe.
Okay, well, C.
I actually enjoyed it. I think this person like really made an effort on the background. When I enter, I was like, oh, that's really like fun and different from the other ones.
The bird is very realistic and impressionistic and like done at a high level. And then the background feels like it's made up or something.
Yeah.
The strongest oil paintings demonstrated excellence in realism, color story, and proportions. With the first challenge concluded, it's time to hear the judges' thoughts for challenge 2,
Let's
the
see.
acrylic animal.
Let's see.
For the second challenge, the artists were pushed out of their comfort zones. What they had prepared for suddenly changed. They had just 1 hour to create an acrylic painting of an animal of their choice. Acrylics dry fast. They demand decisiveness. There's no time for hesitation. That's why we chose this challenge, to see how the artists respond when creativity meets constraint. In the mastery program, we teach that creativity grows through intentional stretching, like building a muscle. Great artists know when to challenge themselves with limits and when to explore freely without boundaries. Both are essential to real growth. This challenge was about finding that balance. Could they stay expressive and true to their voice while adapting to sudden change? Could they trust their instincts and create something beautiful with the clock ticking down?
Funny.
Because the truth is, mastery isn't about comfort. It's about learning how to stretch yourself on purpose again and again until creating under pressure feels as natural as breathing.
Okay. I liked C better before she changed the background. Okay, so let's go through these. I think now actually my favorite one is H. I really love the wolf and like the color. This is the girl that started over. And I'm a sucker. Like I like mushrooms. It reminds me of Fern Gully when she would like walk on them and they would glow. So okay, I like D and I like H. D, I feel like the hand needs a lot of work. But so D and H, I even like G now. The head is so wonky. I would like it if the proportions were right. And I guess D, H, G, and K are mine. Those are the ones I like. I really liked C before. C would have been in my top 4 if she wouldn't have done that to the background. I liked it better where it was like all white. Also, look, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 cheetahs. How funny. H is something I'd airbrush on a shirt. Yeah, H is really pretty. I like A's, the colors. Uh, we know you like D. Oh my god. H is definitely the best. Yeah, she started over completely. Also, what's up, Rhino? Yeah, well, guys, put in the chat which one's your favorite. I want to see. I want to see.
Once it's judged, if I let that number sink in, I'm going to overthink it and completely ruin it. I know that.
You start questioning yourself and you're like, am I really as good as I think I am? I just went down the rabbit hole and, overthought everything. I'm like, well, we judged on technical, not creativity. So let's see how the scores are today.
What is your bottom 3?
I have B as my bottom.
B? Really?
I have F at my bottom.
G is number 2, and then K.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I don't think the bunny, they worked on it at all.
I really like the color palette. Okay, well, you're great on the bottom 3.
Except for your B.
Oh, except for
Cheetah came out really good.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was so bad, it came up so high, it impressed me.
I have C as the best.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I really love D, but I wish they would have taken it just a little farther.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's not finished.
Yeah. What about A?
I like the background.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The peacock, everything conveniently ends all together.
Wasn't H horizontal?
I had a rubbish time right now. I was like fighting it the whole time.
She basically redid it.
I'm impressed by that.
That looks
And then we
great.
haven't talked about the octopus as well.
The glow in it, and it's only acrylic.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I ranked I fairly high because I feel like the flowers are really good. It's really well painted, but there's something weird about the eyes and how wide the head is.
Yeah,
I don't
red
think
is
there's
wrong.
enough shadow, and so it's making it look very bulbous.
The judges' rankings agree. With just 1 hour, clarity was everything. Cohesion between animal and background and accurate proportions set the strongest paintings apart. Now the judges turn to challenge 3, the charcoal alligator.
All right, let's see. How did the alligators come out? Is that one girl gonna get
In this
topped?
challenge, the artists had to rely
Or
solely on their
painting or
draftsmanship.
drawing
Their
a
task,
crocodile?
create a charcoal drawing of an alligator in just 2 hours. Charcoal is raw. It demands clarity.
What does it say? Anna judging this would be funny for us, but not for the contestants. I think I'm pretty fair. If you're just judging off of skill and what's there, I don't think I'm a harsh judge. I have made people cry before, but that's not completely intentional. I remember, I'll tell the story another time, but remind me to tell you guys when I had to judge the final for my anatomy class in college. That is, that was, that was an interesting time.
Confidence and total commitment to every line. For this challenge, each artist has to find their own alligator reference. Some chose strong, well-lit images that showed clear form and value. Others picked sources that were a bit detailed, maybe too ambitious for the time they had. And that made all the difference.
Little.
In the mastery program, we teach that part of mastery is choosing wisely. Great artists don't just draw well. They make smart decisions before the first mark is ever made. This challenge tested their instincts. It was about precision, gesture, and individuality. How would each artist choose to depict the same subject matter through their own unique voice? Charcoal forces you to commit, and that's what makes it one of the purest tests of both
All right.
draftsmanship.
This is a crocodile. I would just like to point that out. And I saw Maroney in the chat say this is a caiman, or one of them is a caiman. I saw all of their sources. None of them look like caiman. Caiman have a very specific look to their eyes, which is completely different than crocs or alligators. Like this one just looks like a baby one. Okay, I think we can all agree G is the worst one. Like, what even is that? No offense, lady. Like G and E are horrible. Actually, you know what? I actually think E, I take it back. E is the worst one. Because at least like this tail looks interesting right here. And you could tell like when it showed the up close that there was like technical skill in working at this. There's no detail on this. E is the worst one. Personally, I like I the best because it's the most interesting. You know what? I or B? B actually is decent. Okay, but K shouldn't count because that's a crocodile, not an alligator. And they specifically said alligator. But I is the most interesting. And this is what I said to do. She actually shows more of the back, but that I think is the smartest move because you also have to think like, how are you going to sell this when it's done? And so if you just have to have a stationary crocodile or alligator animal, you have to have them doing something interesting. And this, like, you could put this on your wall, like in the bathroom facing your toilet, and that person's going to pee a lot quicker because it's going to give them anxiety that a croc is swimming up to them. This is just scary, but that's because it's a croc. Crocs are scary. Portrait. This is like a little baby. So if you have a little kid that likes dinosaurs, this one, it's like, feed me. I would have somehow had a clock somewhere. But okay. So the best ones, in my opinion, is I, F, B. I would say K, but that's a crocodile, not an alligator. So L. The worst two are E and G. They're, I mean, I'm going to stop talking because I want to be nice.
And personal style.
I got like super nervous. I'm like an overthinker. So the more time I have, the worse it is. And I was like, oh my God.
You get here and you get lies already in your head going. So then you're having to be like, no, this does not define my worth. This does not say anything about who I am.
I did my best and we'll see what the judges will think of it.
What did you think was the best?
I really love D. I think there's a lot of good detail and contrast.
She and I put F as number one.
Oh, they did a lot of work, but it looks really stubby. Like, to me, it doesn't look like the right proportion.
I mean, let's face it,
baby.
they all kind of look, because alligators are weird.
The texture on the skin, like in the foreground, I think it's really well.
Yeah, it's well.
Like the eyes are like wonky.
There's foreshortening going on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Have you seen the arm of the bee one?
I think that's excellent the way they did the light on the closer arm and the little scales.
Yeah, I really like B.
It
I think
looks
it's
like
really
it's swaying.
dynamic the
It
way
kinda
it's
looks like a
moving.
He needs more contrast in his mouth or something though.
This one was one of my least favorite just because it's not refined enough. Like the face looks really weird to me. And then one of my other favorites is K. Even like the reflection they did like in the water with the subtraction is really cool.
The judges looked for precision, contrast, and control. With charcoal, every edge and shadow matters. Too much blending and the form collapses. Too little and it loses depth. The best drawings combined accuracy with energy.
It's interesting to see how much, like, what I said versus what the judges say.
With the third challenge finished, the judges' work is done. They've all signed and finalized their scorecards. Now, it's time to find out the very first scores of Season 4.
Every single creation that's happened on the show so far is really excellent. We are just blown away with the skill that you guys are bringing to this, and we love the passion that you guys have. We love the heart that you put into this. It's why we do this. So thank you guys so much. And now for the top piece from the charcoal challenge. Everyone put your hands together for Ellis.
It was unexpected, the charcoal. It was good, but I didn't expect it to be the best one. So
I disagree, but congratulations.
I was surprised by that. I'm happy.
And now for the top acrylic painting. This one was a unanimous decision, meaning all 4 judges
I'm going to guess it's H. I'm going to guess.
ranked this the highest, and that is Rita.
Oh, what?
I thought I was going to be like somewhere in the middle. I'm absolutely shocked that I won the acrylic challenge.
And finally, the top oil painting goes to Alexis.
It was a surprise. It's kind of hard to enjoy because in about 12 hours, we're going to be back here and it starts all over and it's a whole different skill set.
I have the immense displeasure of starting from the bottom and going up. In 12th place is Eleanor.
I know that these aren't my best pieces of work. Like, I knew that I was going to be at the bottom, but I didn't think that I would be last.
In 11th place is Len.
I'm glad I'm not the last one I expected because I didn't finish my charcoal.
And 10th place is Linda.
My acrylic painting wasn't that great. It did score low. I am not going to pit my art against somebody else's art, and I'm going to say that there's something wrong with me because of that. I know I'm a good artist.
It's sad because I really like her. Like, I like her as a person. She's a fun character. Like, I would hang out with her because she's fun. She's spunky. So I'm sad that she's going to get out.
I know I am.
In 9th place, Jody.
The things that are happening or the scores that I get can't take my joy away. I'm going to continue to draw from the well of my salvation. That is my joy. That's going to sustain me no matter what.
In 8th place is Bree.
I am on the lower half of the numbers and competitors here now. So I really have to make sure it's solid, and I really focus and do my absolute best on that, because if not, that could mean me leaving. I cannot have that happen.
And 7th, we have Stephanie.
It went about the way that I thought it would go.
I like her
I was really proud of
too.
what I was able to accomplish in a shorter period of time.
In 6th place is Bianca.
I know I give it my all under these circumstances. It's a game. It doesn't mean that I'm a good or a bad painter per se. It's just under these circumstances.
And in 5th, Lisa.
Some of the results were weird, and some of them we can't make sense of. They are bizarre. I kind of feel like, blah, whatever. Anything can change. When you think you know something.
So someone once asked me, they're like, how do you tell if like that's that person's painting? And I explained, like, it's like somebody's handwriting. Like, can you guys tell your handwriting compared to your best friend's handwriting? Or like when your parents write something, can you tell the difference between your mom's handwriting and your dad's handwriting? So like, look at her paintings. They're all like, you can tell that she painted them. So that's why I kind of feel like this, like anonymous judging, I feel like that doesn't work, because I could walk in a room and I could see, oh, that's her painting versus someone else's painting, you know? So I do think that the judges, if they're familiar with each person's work, can tell. So I will say that right here.
Something, you don't know anything.
In 4th place, Haley.
Honestly, I was surprised I was so high, but then I don't feel safe either.
In 3rd place, Rita.
I always wonder what judges are looking for, you know? So I think I just went with my style and it paid off.
In 2nd place is Ellis.
I'm actually excited to start a new challenge, but I do need some sleep. I'm really, really tired.
And that leaves us in 1st place, Alexis.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of good work out there. I think everyone's surprised by the scoring. It's kind of hard to enjoy because we're watching our friends really be upset. There's a lot of pressure on that, you know, but I think we're going to all have times where we're high or low. I think that's pretty common. So
what makes this like emotional for you?
it's really hard to see people be upset. I'm grateful, but you know, we start over tomorrow.
Wait, does
I
nobody
think I
get
can
out?
confidently say for all these artists and for myself, this competition just got real. But this is only the beginning. There are so many more incredible challenges that these artists will face during the season. And at the end of it, one artist will walk away the outstanding artist. Thanks for joining us.
Next time on The
All right,
Outstanding
let's
Artist, 2 new challenges await: an abstract landscape and the dreaded cityscape.
How are you guys feeling about your cityscape so far?
Like crap.
As the strain of the competition builds, Lynn questions whether she can continue.
Physical, beyond exhaustion. I couldn't keep going.
With stress boiling over, even staying positive becomes a struggle.
I have to be goofy and energetic or I'm going to cry.
Next time, the pressure starts to take its toll and the challenges reach far beyond the canvas.
All right. Well, guys, next week I will be back to react to season 4, episode 3. I'm very confused. I remember the first time, or no, maybe it was the second time, the second season, they do the whole grading system, but I feel like somebody got out every episode, or in my opinion, I'm gonna see how they do it this season through, but in my opinion, each episode should be an hour long. You shouldn't break, because that was all the challenges, the first challenge. All challenges 1 should be in 1 episode. Just make the episode an hour long, and then somebody should get out at the end. That's in my opinion how every game show works. Like, you go watch Face Off, they do the 3 challenges and somebody gets out each episode. So, and that's what they've done before. I don't know why they're doing it differently now, but I guess they're testing out a new formula. So that's what you know. That's what I guess they're going to do this time. But so after these they do a, let's go back. Oh, also go make sure that you guys like that. So again, this is the channel. This is what where you go and you watch the episodes. If you go over to their live section, they have, oh my gosh, they have so many upcoming. They had one last time where it was or maybe it's about to come out. Maybe that's what that upcoming one was. So they do it where they talk after the episode. I watched their last one. I don't know where it is. I just watched it. It was a couple of the people talking about, oh, here it is. Here's them talking about after season 4, episode 1. So they do like a little hour Zoom call. So then this was after episode 2 premiered. So you guys can go and check that out and watch it if you guys are interested. I'll put the link in the chat. I like it because I am biased and I like watching these shows, but overall, my gripes with it, I think I've made clear. I don't like the new format at all. I much prefer the old format. I think it makes more sense in my opinion, but overall I'm enjoying it. I am, and I think all the ladies here are very, very talented, and they're fun people and characters. I'm excited to see the next one. Since they all painted animals this first time around, it'll be interesting to see them paint cities and landscapes. I don't think cityscapes are that hard. I actually think that they're probably a little bit easier than like just freestyling abstract landscape. I think that that's a little bit more difficult in my opinion. But cities, since they're very structured, just find a pretty building and make that your focal point. Be all whimsical. The girl in animation is going to have a very easy time, I will say that. But overall, critiques, don't like the format, and I don't think that there's a way for this to be like anonymous as far as the judging goes, because the second that you're familiar with that person's style, you're going to be able to tell. That's like, oh, did Todd McFarlane draw that, or was it Alex Ross? Right? You can tell immediately that this is Todd McFarlane and this is Alex Ross, right? So all of these women, even though they're they have the same challenges, I feel like if I was judging it blindly, I could probably guess within an 80% margin of whose is whose. So I will say that that is I think that that is it's just a disadvantage you're going to have, and it's never going to be 100% anonymous when you're doing that kind of judging. And also, yes, this is one of my big gripes is art is always subjective. It 100% is. That's why I don't like art competitions, because you're completely at the will of what the judge finds aesthetically pleasing. So I might walk in and be like, "Oh my gosh, I hate that. That's hideous." And another person comes in, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You know, gold star, you win," type of thing. So it really depends on the judges and what they like. Obviously, I told you guys which ones I preferred, and I think that during the critiquing, they did agree with some of my things, but then the one that they picked as like the number 1 was not what I picked as number 1, you know? So it is 100% subjective. But that's why I like it when it's like technical challenges, like the charcoal one. I feel like that was a little bit more on the technical side. You have to be able to do this technique in like this very limited time. So I guess it would just be if you just have to go off of technical skill. Well, guys, that was my reaction and my thoughts on season 4, episode 2 of The Outstanding Artist. I will be back next week after episode 3 comes out to give my 2 cents on it. But overall, I think that it's fun. If you really wanna see a good version of this show, go watch season 2. Season 2 is the best. If you wanna get to know the people that created this art school, watch season 1 because it's pretty much like the whole family, but season 2, I think, is the most fun to watch. Season 3, I apologize for the girls that cried, but there's way too much crying for me. I'm just like, "I get it. It's your feelings, but I'd rather see more painting than the interview process." Oh, what's up, Ethan? How are you? I thought that was Milan Art Institute. I was like, no way. Oh, no, it's Milan. They're the Milans. They're a family of artists that started an art school. The oldest daughter is like a child prodigy. She did a painting when she was like 5 that jump started her parents' career, and by the time she was 16, or actually during the year that she turned 16, she sold over $1 million worth of paintings, and she was signed to this gallery in Hawaii. So they're very talented people, but they teach how to mix abstract with realism, which is not my thing, but I love watching it, and they have a reality, art show competition, which I absolutely love to watch, and I'm sharing it with all of you guys. So, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to go to bed now, but let me know what you guys thought about this episode down below in the comments below. I'd highly recommend going and checking out their channel if you guys haven't already, and I will be back next Monday for season 4, episode 3. So I will see you guys all then. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on Twitter, YouTube, and the Twatters. And until next time, everyone, please leave me a comment down below, smash the like button, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.